Hey guys, it's Austin back with another YouTube video. Sorry for the delay in trying to get the full display video up, but as you can see just from the initial pan of the display, I have added on quite a few new things since the daytime video was last released. Last upload, I believe, was where I visited Inflatables Christmas display, but I gotten a few things over the past few days that also kind of delayed this upload as well, but without further ado, I'll try to get to the Christmas display. By the way, this is being filmed on Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas to everybody that's watching. First up, we got the new for 2023, for me at least, the Tennessee Snowman. I figured since Tennessee was playing in a bowl game, it'd be kind of cool to add on like a Tennessee Christmas one, because as you guys know, my channel name is Rocky Top Inflatables after my love for the Tennessee Volunteers, and I feel this is kind of a fitting addition. I know they have this one, and they also have a UT Santa Claus as well. I did look, and I think the Santa Claus is being sold on LogoBrands and a few other different websites. I think there may have been some eBay resellers selling it as well, so I looked at those, and unfortunately they were, as you could tell from the branding part of it, it's a very pricey design to pick up, and I happened to stumble upon a guy on eBay selling this and another UT Snowman for way under what the retail price was, so I ended up going to his site, and I ended up purchasing this one for myself. But as I've gone out and looked at displays in my local area, this one seems to be kind of unique just to my area, unless there's somewhere out here in the Kingsport area that has this one that I'm currently not aware of. But needless to say, I am glad I picked this one up last minute, especially since we play Iowa in the bowl game here in a few weeks. So very nice last minute pickup in my opinion. Also happened to pick up the, like I said, I was going to pick up the Elf on a Shelf Colossal Elf Scout from AtHome. I ended up lucking out and figured out that the Asheville location did have this one left in stock, and they had like one left in a box, and they also were selling their store display. So I happened to get the very last sealed one in a box, so I was very pleased with that one. I remember I was talking to Alex the other night when I visited his display, and he did say it tended to get a little bit, where it's so slender, it kind of is a little bit of like a bobblehead thing, like with the wind and such. So it does kind of get a little shaky if the wind starts getting up a little bit, and like its head will bobble around because its head's a bit smaller than its body. I believe too it's probably also the most slender colossal I've had, other than maybe my 18-foot tall Jack Skellington from Halloween that's dressed like a vampire maybe, but I'm not exactly sure. I think it is more slender than the Jack though, at least if I were to look at it right now and tell you the truth. But very nice addition to the display. I was happy to especially get that with my Elf Scout globe as well, with all the Luma Stella stuff that AtHome sold this year. However, amongst all the good designs, we have these. These are the Christmas light air compressed inflatables that are sold at AtHome as well by Occasions Inflatables, and as of my first night of using them, I am not very happy with them. Kind of hard to see from this angle, but it's kind of, if you might be able to notice, it's sliding a little bit over to I guess the right on the camera, left on the view. But yeah, so far I'm not too happy with these. I have used an air compressor tonight to inflate these and a few Christmas baubles that you'd put on a Christmas tree as well, that I'll show y'all up here in a little bit. But so far I'm not too pleased with these. I'm having to use landscaping bricks to hold them up, and even them are not doing the full job that needs to be done with these. And I definitely hope that either I've just not blown it up fully with the air compressor, or otherwise I have a feeling these were not well designed. Comment down below if anybody has these, if you can tell me any tricks to getting these things to stand up better, because so far this one and the red one over here to the left of the Elf Scout globe are not doing too well. Another new addition to the 2023 Christmas display is the redesign of the Who-Ville archway from Lowe's this year. At first, I wasn't sure if I was going to pick this up because I know, like I said, back to referencing Infla and some other people who made reviews on this year. Personally, I like last year's design a little bit better, but even so, is like also in our discussion the other night when I was talking to Alex, we were discussing that, and he did mention that this is very expensive and very hard to find. Not this one that I'm particularly talking about, but the predecessor to it is more expensive and more rare. And I have seen this as well because I've looked at eBay and other resellers, and they are price gouging the heck out of this thing. And so I went to Lowe's and happened to pick this one up off of 75% off. And I figured, even if it ain't the best design of the two, I felt like 75% off, I'm not going to walk away on that one. So I'll definitely pick this up because me, I love my Grinch designs. I'd love to have more of them, but I'm kind of a diverse guy. But I think the Grinch and the Peanuts are kind of two of my favorite properties to collect for. Although I guess you could say I'm also taking a liking to the Elf on the Shelf designs as well down there from Lumistella. But very happy to pick this one up. This is, I think, in my opinion, the only other Lowe's designs that were even worth it this year were the Snoopy on the motorcycle, and as well, the other one I think that was the most worth it, I think, was the Nutcracker. Aside from those three, though, I just honestly do not think many of the other Lowe's designs are really that popular this year, at least to me. I didn't like some of the designs, like the airplane, I didn't think was very good. Oh, I did also forget about the Deercraft carrier. That one was also pretty cool. The fact that it also had, I think, a YF 125 in that. Other than that one, I honestly would not have picked up many of them from Lowe's this year. But I did get this one, and there's also another one that we're going to surprise my dad with for Christmas tomorrow. But stay tuned for that one. I might do an unboxing review on that one after we give it to him tomorrow. Side note, I love what this Northern Star projector does to this snowman. I think it absolutely looks beautiful, especially up here on my big oak tree in the middle of my yard. I think it looks beautiful with that icy blue and green going up against it. I think it definitely illuminates my snowman better too, because it's one of those Big Lots cheap fan designs, and it also has very weak LEDs in it, so I think that definitely brightened it up a lot more. I will say I am happier with the occasion's Christmas bauble, I guess Christmas tree ball inflatables, I think better, I think, than the lights from the Elf on the Shelf. I will say I think that they're easier to inflate, and then plus I like too how they got the tether attachments with the tether ropes on them, whereas the Elf on the Shelf baubles didn't come with those, and I really wish they would have. And I don't understand why the Christmas lights for Elf on the Shelf did not come with those. What happened, I think they were intended to be used a paracord, I think, to be hung from like a hanging position, I think, like in a tree or like off of like a nook or a light off a porch, I think is how you're supposed to hang them. But I think that these were way better designed, I think, than the Lumistella ones. I'm hoping that it may just be a bit of a hiccup for the Lumistella ones this year, and then hopefully next year they'll be able to make improvements on them. But so far, I am happier with the Christmas tree baubles, I will say, than I think I am the Christmas lights from the Elf on the Shelf and Lumistella. Although I am going to try to get my air compressor back out tomorrow on Christmas Day and hopefully see if I can inflate those better. Because I was trying to get these up last minute around all the other inflatables I added to it since the last video. Another new for 2023 ad, I got the Christmas Bucee inflatable. I know a lot of people, I think, have criticized this one and the Halloween one, but I don't quite understand why people criticize this. I mean, yeah, they're more kid-friendly, and I think that they definitely cater to a younger audience, but as a local here down in the South, I just personally really like the Bucky's design. I mean, like I said, obviously it might be a bit more for a childlike younger audience or more youthful people, but I don't understand like what the hate for it was, other than it's just, a beaver. But I mean, that was how it was founded in Texas. So I mean, personally, I don't see why the mascot of the gas station brand should be, scolded or criticized. I mean, it was made in largely a southern state, and we like little woodland critters and stuff down here. So I mean, really, I don't understand exactly why it's gotten so much flack, but I saw somebody else, I think, review it, and they got like a lot of criticism, and I didn't understand why this or the Halloween one got criticism. But I love it. I think it's really, really good. Now, I do know this one for a fact will also need to be inflated better with my air compressor. I'm already on that tomorrow, because I was in a hurry, I think, to do Christmas lights tonight, because we went around and drove and looked at other people's displays in my local area, and I kind of got to this one last, and it was just such a big bauble. I think it was way bigger than like the red bauble over there, so this one I think is going to need more time on the air compressor to get it fully up and loaded, but I think it is still pretty good for what it is. I do think it would be kind of smart, though, to display these next to something with light, because it is kind of difficult to see off camera. Let me see if I can zoom out and get more emphasis on it. Nah, you're going to have to display this with like lights on it or something, but I think it would be definitely good for a daytime view, which I may do a bonus one more daytime view before I took the stuff up, maybe. I'm not sure yet. It'll all just depend on time and how my functions with my family goes over the holidays. And last but certainly not least, probably maybe one of the more talked about inflatables this year from AtHome, the 20-foot tall redesign of the Colossal Snowman. I don't know what I can say about this one. I was kind of on the fence last night, like talking to, I think, Alex the other night, I think when I went to his display, and I even told him, like, I love the design. It's a huge step ahead of like what the original Colossal Snowman was at AtHome. because I think that one kind of ran its course way too long, and it just like it had its time and then some at home. So I think it was definitely in need of like a refresh. So I am happy that they did change up the design, but for the love of God, at home, please start putting in YEF 80s at minimums on your Colossals. Like, I mean, this is getting ridiculous. Like, I mean, a YEF 60 on a 20-foot inflatable, like Alex said in his review, it takes 8 minutes to come up. There is just no call to put a YEF 60 in this thing. This thing needs, at minimum, an 80. I think during the off season, I'm definitely going to try to buy this a YEF 125 because I think that's would be the ideal fan for this one because it'll help it inflate tighter. It'll help it inflate a lot quicker. And overall, I mean, I love the design. Don't take this as me, you know, criticizing or blaming the design of it. I mean, it's a beautiful snowman design. I think it really fits in kind of with like the colossal 20.5 foot tall snowman family. It's just they need to seriously take a look at these fans. But it's kind of like people have said in the past, if they'll sell, they're not going to change up the designs of the fans or anything. But I think at minimum on any colossal inflatable, you need to put a YEF 80 in it. A YEF 60 is just unacceptable for this design. This thing deserves a way better fan. And I mean, let me go up here closer too. You'll see what I mean as well. Because I mean, you can push like all the way in on this thing and it does not inflate that strong. So there's just no call for this thing having a YEF 60. It's a great design. I love it. I just wish that they would change the fans. That's all that we are asking, is change it to a YEF 80. If you really are being generous while you're at it, put in a YEF 125. Heck, I'll pay $250 just to get a 125 in these things. And I think about anybody else in the comments might pay for it as well. Well, that's my 2023 Christmas display. Sorry for the soapbox on the snowman there at the end. I get so tired of at home putting YEF 60s in their colossal inflatables, and that seriously has been a problem that's been overdue to be addressed. But thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll hopefully might try to get out one more day view. I'm not sure yet because I feel like for the air compressor ones, I think that they do need a day view to, I think, kind of do them better justice, and hopefully where I can iron out the kinks with the air compressor to get them blown up more strongly. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a blessed and Merry Christmas and good night.